Oh man, we're doing it. Going live, everybody. Oh, we've already got 3 people in here. Wow. Hi, everybody. Ryan Hughes. I'm back, man. How's everybody doing? Hello. It's been a long time. Kind of camera shy, to be honest. I wanted to do this live stream, no advance warning, as a promise to you guys and a promise to myself that I'm coming back. And also to kind of explain my absence and just kind of talk about how everything's been going for the last little while. And then just like hang out with you guys and answer any questions. RG says, let's go, dude. I feel the same way. It's been a long time coming, man. And so, yeah, let me just get right down to it. I burned out like crazy, you guys. I don't know if you guys have experienced this before or not, but after the last video, I was kind of feeling it the last like 3 or 4 videos, to be honest. But after that last one, and it has everything to do with COVID. It doesn't have anything else to do with anything else besides this pandemic that has been like just ravaging the entire world in different ways. But for me, COVID-19, when it really hit in Canada, which is where I am, it wrecked me mentally, and I wasn't prepared for it. It's easy to think like, oh, well, some musician has gotten all of their gigs canceled. They've got nothing to do. They've got to stay home anyway. They're like basically locked down. So what better time to work on internet stuff? What better time to release more videos? What better time to, work on Patreon and sort of expand their internet presence? And I thought that too. Of course, that makes logical sense. The reality was a lot different. For reasons that I'm still trying to unpack, what actually happened to me was that once we started getting into like crazy lockdown mode, I would be like, oh, I should really, start a video. And I'd look over at my bases and I'd feel sick. I'd actually feel physically sick. Mentally, there was like no way that I was going to pick up that thing. I don't know. Mentally, I was like resisting it. I was burned out, but also physically, I had a physical reaction to picking up the bass and actually practicing. And so I was like, well, okay, this is really serious. So I kind of took a step back and tried to like work through it myself and figure out what the hell was going on. I came to the conclusion after talking to a lot of people, of course, not just myself, but just in general, that depression definitely had a lot to do with it. Just that feeling of being insular and not wanting to communicate with the outside world. I was getting messages, beautiful messages, by the way, and I kept reading them, but wasn't responding on YouTube. So thank you guys all for that. And then also patrons, new patrons were joining, old patrons were sending me stuff, and I just was unable. It's such a crazy thing to hear if you haven't experienced it, but I was just unable to reach out to people and respond to things and to make videos happen and to just like have initiative and do things. I was completely unable to do that. It's the first time in my life that I've ever experienced that, to be honest. And I hope nobody ever experiences it again. It was awful. Of course, COVID stopped all live performers from being able to express themselves and perform their craft. Me, I'm super driven by the ability to give joy to people. So a lot of what motivates me is being able to step on a stage, do the thing that I love to do, and see that it's giving joy to people. And if I didn't really have that opportunity, then I really suffered mentally. And I think that sort of leaked over into the internet side of things. And secondly, the other thing that was really, really good for me mentally, I went to a fight gym. It was Krav Maga, which is an Israeli self-defense type of thing. And I would just go there and I would punch people and I would get punched. And it was just really good for me mentally to, like work out, be exhausted, all that kind of stuff. And then exactly at the same time as all the music opportunities disappeared, Krav disappeared too, of course, because that's what needed to happen in order to keep everyone safe, right? So mentally, my mental just went boom, and I really was unable to respond to anyone or do anything for, however long it's been, 5 or 6 months. But I was working on myself, trying to figure it out, coming up with plans for the future, even while I was in this kind of cocoon of like depression / self-preservation. And even still, now that we're back in lockdown here in Toronto, and there's still no gigs for the foreseeable future, probably until at least March or April of next year, I'm definitely in a better place. I've kind of figured it out, and I'm very happy to say that I'm coming back to YouTube. Yay. Just going to check the comments here for a sec. Xavier, hey man, my gosh, long time YouTube subscriber. Where have you been all this time, bro? Well, I'm explaining it. I hope it makes sense, man. Steve, I never think about the future, only bass, but I really hope we can all get back to playing live shows. Dude, me too. They kind of go hand in hand. I know it may not seem that way, but for me, doing live shows kind of fed my YouTube channel, and doing stuff on YouTube kind of fed my live shows. Oh, James Bundy. Dude, I was just talking about you today, actually, with someone. Hope that doesn't scare you too much. I'll tell you about that later. So anyway, the two were kind of very synergistic as far as like my career and how things were going. And when one went away, like I was saying before, really, really difficult to do the other one. And so I just stopped. I cocooned. I went into self-preservation, not talking to anyone mode. I don't recommend it, but it seemed to be what I had to do. Done. So my plan is, I'm already working on a video, like a comeback video. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is yet because it'll ruin the surprise, but it's one that I've gotten a lot of asks for in the past from my YouTube channel. And I'm hoping to have it done by the end of the month. So hopefully like December 1st, we can have a nice little early December Christmas present from me to all of you guys. And then I will be doing my best to resume weekly uploads. I've already caught up with all of my patrons and done all of that stuff. Amazingly, there was a huge amount of you wonderful patrons that have stuck around during my complete absence for like 6 months, and that is completely mind-blowing to me. And funnily enough, I left my YouTube channel at about 14,000, and then I came back to check literally about a week ago, and we're over 20,000. So the videos are still working. People are still watching them. It's insane to me. It's mind-blowing. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all the supportive people who are going to listen to this and kind of understand where I'm coming from. So that's the idea. I'm going to do one of those, what do you call it, premieres. I'll set up a premiere once I'm done the video so that we can all sort of like count down to the first Benny the Bassman video back in a while. And then I'll get right back to it. BennyTheBassman says, you can do it. Thanks, bud. And Steve says, is it 7 Nation Army? Well, I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you. So, there have been some other things that have happened in my life since I saw you guys last. Biggest one for me, I was supposed to get married at the beginning of this month. That didn't happen, obviously, because of COVID. I live with my wonderful fiance, and I'm kind of going around calling her my supposed-to-be wife at this point. I'm sure a lot of you have similar stories, but that was supposed to happen. That didn't happen. So I also have a lot of great gigs that didn't happen. You know, what can you do? Stay home, stay safe, wear a mask, and hopefully this thing is done. Prometheus Bound does have a very similar story. It is true. Prometheus Bound is a very close friend of mine who also was supposed to get married a couple weeks before me and also couldn't do it. So we'll try again sometime in 2021, right, bud? What else? After I sort of got done my like self-destructive insular portion of COVID and figured it all out, I've gone on the carnivore diet, which has actually been really great. Lost a lot of weight. It's mostly meat-based diet, which has been pretty interesting and definitely very effective. A couple buddies who have been on that for a while, and I highly recommend checking it out. I feel a lot sharper mentally. This is the first thing that I've been able to do that actually has sort of gotten rid of that brain fog, which I think started my decline into super burnout. But yeah, I feel really sharp. I feel like I have a lot of initiative. I have a lot of energy. So I recommend that. As a job, I've been biking for Uber Eats. Yeah, let's go. But cycling's great. I love cycling, and been a great way to get some exercise as well as try to keep the lights on during this crazy time. So that's what's been going on, just kind of in my life right now. Just trying to keep things going, keep some projects happening. Set some short-term goals and accomplish them, which is really, really good mentally for me. And then as far as my internet presence with you guys, I'm working on a website that'll hopefully be done in the next month or so. I've got a Discord channel. This is a thing for all you internet people. I'm pretty new to Discord. I don't know a lot about it, but I'm actually starting a BennyTheBassman community Discord channel, which I'd really, really love to sort of grow into a small community of people talking bass and making, like making suggestions for videos and all that stuff, but also just asking questions and like growing it into a cool bass player community. A lot of people have requested that I do that. So I'm doing that, and I'll post the link. Actually, can I? Oh, I can. Yeah, that's clever. Okay, I'm going to post the link in chat. I feel like a celebrity when I say that. Okay, I'm just going to grab the link here. 1 second. There and there. Boom. That's my Discord, guys. I'm going to post it with all my videos and everything too. So if you're like a Discord person and you know a lot about Discord and how to make a sweet Discord server, join it and then just tell me how to do it because I'm sort of floundering around. But anyway, that'll be good. Next thing, like I said, Patreon is still going. It's been totally mind-blowing that there are still a lot of people on there that have stuck around and have continued to support me. And for that, I will be forever grateful and like dumbfounded, to be honest. So the Patreon thing is still happening. I'm also partnered with a company, a really, really cool website called Jellynote. Jellynote is a lead sheets company. They're based in Europe. A bunch of really, really, really good people. I've had the chance to Skype with a couple of them. And they sell creators' PDFs, but they also have a really, really cool interface for these lead sheets where you can actually play along with them. You can slow the tempo down right on the website. Once you purchase a lead sheet from this company, you have the ability to not only download the PDF and print it out, but also just practice along with it on the site. And they're quite reasonably priced, and a lot of the money, of course, goes to the original artist. They do all the copyright and all that stuff, and then a bit of it goes to me. So if you're not a Patreon person, if you don't feel like being a patron and supporting me as a whole, but there's one lead sheet that you're especially interested in, either right now or in the next 10 days or so, all of my stuff will be up on Jellynote. So you can go to jellynote.com and search for me as a creator, and then all my charts will be up there. And the price is $4.70 euro. I really don't know how to say that properly. 470 euro. So it comes to $7 and something Canadian per chart. So that was cool. That the company reached out to me after seeing them on the YouTube channel. Thanks a lot, guys. Really, really cool people at Jellynote. And yeah, that's basically what I've been working on. Like I said at the beginning, I am working on a new YouTube video to signal my return, and then hopefully I'll get back to Patreon requests and YouTube requests and all that kind of stuff. But it should be pretty epic, and it's one that I've gotten a lot of requests for in the past. So yeah, stay tuned. Let's see. What else? Genevieve, am I forgetting anything?
No.
Genevieve says no. Let's see. Let's go back and check some comments. Leslie, hey Leslie, so glad to hear you're back. Missed you, looking mighty fine. Thank you. Big hugs. Can't wait to hear your new music. Thank you very much. I can't wait to perform my new music and get back to it. Noah says, dope, can't wait. Me neither, bud. Ryan Hughes, I found about this vid through the Discord channel. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, so my patrons, that's a cool thing that I should mention. The Discord channel, of course, everyone can join it. There's absolutely no monetary element to it, but for patrons on patreon.com, you can link your account and all this kind of stuff. And then you get a cool special banner and all that stuff on Discord to show that you are a patron. And then in the future, I'll be holding little patron get-togethers and hangs and stuff like that in the voice channel there. So that'll be cool. Jeff, great to see you again. Thanks, man. It's great to be back. Great to be able to be back. And great to see you too. Mr. Bundy, this is clickbait. I need... Get out of here, dude. I was literally talking about you earlier today. Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about, my friend. Hope you're keeping well too. Shook Music. Do you make enough from YouTube /live streaming /Patreon to work from home? Great question. So first of all, the most important thing about that is that I don't make any money from YouTube. None whatsoever. The reason for that is because I feel that playing the original music behind my bass is extremely important to just the context of the videos that I'm making instructional videos, right? I'm not trying to show off when I'm playing. I'm not making videos to promote myself as a bass player. I'm making videos to help other people learn how to play bass lines. That's the reason why I'm doing it. So as such, I feel like the best way to do that is to have the original track behind the music. And to that end, as soon as I upload a video, the very second, YouTube is so good, it detects that there's an original song behind it, and it says, this song is owned by Red Hot Chili Peppers, or this song is owned by Foo Fighters or Wolfpack or whatever. And then all of the, basically the choice whether or not the video is allowed to exist and how it gets managed is then given over to those bands and those publishing companies, which I agree with. I feel like that's completely the right way to do things. So the publishing houses for all these big bands have basically set up with YouTube, they've set up an agreement saying if someone posts a cover or if someone posts our music, either take it down immediately and don't let it be played, which in my personal opinion is pretty lame. Or they say, yeah, sure, you can have this video up there, but we're going to put ads in front of it, and we're going to get the money from those ads, which is what 98% of publishing houses and bands and stuff are doing these days. And I think that's great. It allows people like me to put videos online, and some of them get pretty popular, etc. And while I'm doing that, I'm actually supporting those original bands because they're getting ad revenue from it. So it's this kind of give and take thing. Anyway, so that's kind of a roundabout way of saying, no, I don't make any money off of YouTube whatsoever. From Patreon, it's been, I mean, I'm blown away by the number of people that are on there right now. But at this point, it is certainly not enough for me to live. It might be enough to pay my phone bill and my electricity. And again, this is not a complaint at all. It's great, but where I'm at right now, it's definitely a nice little chunk to add on, help pay a couple of bills, but it certainly isn't going to pay my rent or put food on the table at the moment. So that's where that's at. And then Jelly Note, who knows? Nobody's bought a score yet, but I've literally just partnered with them, and my scores are starting to be published now. So the goal for sure is to be able to work from home. I mean, I am a full-time musician when that becomes a valid career again. But prior to COVID, my money was being made from live performances and musical directing for certain artists and that kind of thing. And then the internet was adding on to it with Patreon and that kind of thing, which was great. So yeah, I mean, obviously I would love to grow that side of things, but as I was explaining before, I'm beginning to understand that for me, it needs to be a synergy between the two. The live side and my experiences playing live kind of feed my ability to make cool observations and do cool stuff on the internet side. And I feel like every one of you guys out there can benefit from my experiences on the live side too. So one doesn't entirely work without the other. Okay, let's go back to some of the questions. Jeff says, great to see you again. Thanks, buddy. I just bought a BN6 from F-Bass. Ooh, nice. Moza. Dude, that's awesome. I'm jealous. I cannot afford to purchase a bass right now, but F-Bass is on the list. Jeff, really dig your work. Thank you. Appreciate that a lot. It means so much to me, dudes and dudettes, ladies, that you guys appreciate what I'm doing. I'm really doing it for you. That's the reason why I'm doing it. And the fact that I choose to post my videos in such a way where I'm demonetized immediately should prove that to you guys. Yeah. Jeff, you're an excellent educator. Thank you, man. I appreciate that a lot. I really care, you know, this is a passion of mine for sure. So thank you for that. So join a band and tour to make a living. Easier said than done. Definitely, especially now when there are no bands touring. I play with a couple artists that do cross-Canada touring. And believe me when I tell you, there is nothing that those artists and the other people in the bands would rather be doing than going out there and touring, but we just can't. It's just not safe right now. Until people figure out how to not infect others with this thing, until we get this pandemic under control, we just can't have groups of people together, especially singing, because that's just the worst thing you can do with the fact that this pandemic is airborne. Blowing air around a room, it just can't happen until this pandemic's under control in Canada. So there's rumors that there's going to be a vaccine coming around January, February. That's great news. Hopefully by the summer, we'll have the potential. So yeah, we are, that is the plan. YouTube, hopefully live touring again by the middle of next year. That's something I also want to explore a little bit. I'd love to do a couple, not really like vlogs because I don't really see myself as like a vlogging personality, but more observations from the road for people who are trying to make a career as a bass player, as a musician. I've definitely learned a lot of lessons from touring over the years, and I have a lot to say about what it takes to be a professional musician and make a living off of it. So some of those things, if they come up, that's something that I'd love to post on YouTube as well, and see what you guys think about that. Let's get back to some of these comments. Off Chili says, "Is that a Chapman stick?" That would be super cool. No, it's not. It is a Dingwall 6-string bass guitar decorated with Christmas stuff. I was filming a video for one of my friends who runs a choir just before this, and it was like a Christmas themed thing, though I put some Christmas decorations on it. Now this is my pride and joy over here. This is my Dingwall 6-string spalted maple, absolutely beautiful electric bass that I hardly ever use for anything. There's a story behind that. But Dingwall makes absolutely stunningly incredible instruments. And this one kind of stays home with me. Long story short, it got stolen from a gig. For 4 years it was gone. And then someone saw it in a pawn shop, and I got it back. That's like the shortest version of the longest story. But that's basically why it stays there. And sometimes I'll break it out and practice it. But not a Chapman stick. Don't know how to play that awesome instrument. Should probably learn. But no. Cecil. I'm a guitar player from Brazil and really dig your work. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Hello, Brazil. I'm jealous of you and your weather and wish we could be there. Arnold Schweisberg, I admire your fortitude. Keep on finding ways to make it work. Thank you. That's exactly what I will do. Doors are closing all over the place for so many different businesses. So many opportunities are disappearing, and we either just submit, and which I did. I mean, to be fair, I did. That I had 4 or 5 months where I just was super insular, didn't talk to a lot of people, and didn't really do anything. Luckily enough, the Canadian government saw fit to give a certain amount. Ooh, let's turn that off. Saw fit to provide gig workers and self-employed workers some benefit during COVID, which was extremely great. It allowed us to continue to pay rent basically through this whole thing. But anyway, now I'm getting back to this, and like I said before, I'm biking for Uber Eats, which is actually awesome. So if you guys live in Toronto and you need food, I don't know, it might be me that shows up at your house on my bicycle and all my winter gear. But that's been really great. Exercise, super important. And that, along with the mostly meat diet that I've been on, has really been helping me feel great about myself, mentally and physically. Let's keep going. Meet Bound says, "Will you sign my bass?" Of course, man. Bring it over here. Get your ass back to Toronto, dude. Miss ya. Michael English. Hey, man. That's a name I definitely remember from years of being a wonderful patron. Glad you're back. Your transcriptions have really been helpful. Thank you, man, and thank you for your support. I'm glad I'm back too. Kat, after vaccinations are a thing, come tour in Halifax. Damn right, we'd love to. Actually, one of the artists I play for is a Newfie, so hopefully with 2 Newfie parents and Newfie roots, so hopefully we'll get to go back to the East Coast. Do PEI maybe, Cavendish again, do some Newfoundland stuff, and then of course Halifax. Miss you guys. Welcome back, Benny from Haiti. Wow. Hello. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your name because I'm just going to screw it up, and I'm sorry about that, but thank you very much, man. And hello to Haiti. Love your channel, says Damani, thank you very much. I am extremely excited to continue adding to it and not just leave you all with the videos that were done over 2018 and 2019. It's pretty crazy that it started in 2018, I think. Grew the thing up until like 14,000 subs or so. Took a break and came back, and we're above 20. So that is all your guys' fault, and thank you for that. So we'll keep growing it, keep doing more. I'm listening to you guys. I read all the comments. I really do. They come up on my phone. I go through them. I read them. And now that I'm back, I will be definitely responding to more of them. And it really means a lot to me. I'm super grateful. So thank you for that. Let's see. Mauricio. I hope that I'm saying that right. Hi, Benny. Hey, bud. Good to see you. DK, glad you're back, dude. Stay well. When do we get the long-awaited Jocko Havana track? True. Yep, it's in there. Patreon requests. It's gonna take me a while, man. I'm really struggling chops-wise just to get back to it. I've got to do my own exercises from 2018 or whatever when I posted them on the channel. My right and left hand are really bad right now, guys. Just from a lack of practicing and a lack of gigs and a lack of motivation. So I'm working on it. But this first one back is definitely challenging me. So we'll get there. Cheers from Brazil. Awesome, man. Best advice to keep improving technique. Oh, man, I might not be the, says off chili. I might not be the right person to talk to right now, at least, because I basically, like I said, I had the bases sitting there and hardly touched them for a while. But it's got to be just incremental, right? Just very slow and steady progress. If you're really trying to improve your technique, you get with that metronome and you have your exercise. And it's basically, I've heard a lot of sports psychologists and sports coaches talk about this too. Basically, when you're really trying to improve something physical, you've always got to live right on the edge of not being able to do the thing. So how it applies to bass is, let's say, you've got the metronome and you're doing a specific warm-up or something and you're nailing it at 100. You should never practice it at 100. So if it becomes pretty difficult at 102 and almost you're just hanging on for dear life at 104. So between 102 and 104 is where you should practice. And so you're always just pushing slightly above your current level, your current ability, to the point where not every time that when you do it is perfect. Sometimes you screw it up. And then eventually, over time, your brain builds and your physicality on the instrument improves. And then, 102 and 104 become what 100 was before, which is easy. It's something you can nail 100% of the time. And as soon as that becomes the case, then you bump the metronome up again to, 108, 110. Etc., etc., etc. So that's the idea. I'm gonna post this to my channel just so that everyone can see, and I'll post all the links and all this good stuff for everyone. But basically, seems like things are wrapping up in the chat side. But just to summarize again, coming back. New YouTube video, hopefully right at the beginning of December. Benny's okay. It was rough there for a bit, but I'm back. And I'm really happy to be back. And I'm very grateful for all of you guys for all the support and everything like that. Cool. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hope everyone is having a great night, day, wherever you are, whatever time it is. And thank you for all the support. And looking forward to making lots more videos with you guys. All the best. And see everyone soon. Bye for now.